Good morning from the Grateful Goat Hostel. I had a good night's sleep last night as the official first guest. Got a little busy last night trying to interview the current owner and Little Leaf, the Grateful Goat herself. But there was another baby goat that had just been born like hours earlier that was having trouble feeding and stuff, and Feathers, being a professional goat caretaker, was helping to take care of it, so that was a little exciting yesterday afternoon. But right now there's a breakfast place that's open across the street, so we're gonna go get some food, then we'll come back, we'll introduce Feathers and get a little tour of the brand new hostel here. So we'll go get some breakfast here real quick. Here's where we're gonna grab some quick breakfast, the West End Cafe. Got a little breakfast panini and a coffee going. And here we go, here's Feathers.
Hi!
New owner of the brand new hostel, the Grateful Goat, here in Rawlings, Wyoming.
Yeah.
So how's it going? Just getting all settled in and getting off to a whirlwind start here.
Like a tornado around here.
Yeah.
Just taking names and doing things. Trying to get it set up for all you hikers, because there's really nothing here in the town. There's no relationship for the hikers here yet with the town members. I think just because they don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Since I've hiked the Appalachian and the Pacific Crest, I kind of saw a need here that I'm trying to fill. So.
And it's been cool. I think it's cool seeing it like literally brand new, and what this place is going to look like, you know, a year from now is going to be awesome. And we also got Little Leaf here, so it's been cool hanging out with her.
We have a mascot. Yeah, we have a lot of work still to do. By next summer, 2024 will be our first like true grand opening with everything set up properly the way I envision it.
Yeah.
But we're letting stragglers in this year. We're hoping to catch some of the bubble. Yeah, but it's not to where it's going to be next summer, which is really, we're just decided we're kind of, well, we'll see if we can catch some hikers this year. So it's very hiker-esque this year, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's very hiker-trashy, and I like it.
And thanks for the hospitality. It's been a great stay. It's cool to be the first guest here, and again, like get
Thanks
to see it.
Thanks for stopping in.
See
You
it
even
off
got
to
to
a good
witness
start.
us saving a baby goat on the first day he stayed. So there's a local farmer down the way that has about 30 goats. He had a baby that was born that he couldn't get to nurse, and I nursed a few back to health, so he brought him down and he got him going.
Cool.
So he witnessed a baby goat being saved at the Grateful Goat Hostel, which might happen quite often.
All right, well, we're gonna get taken off here in a little bit and get my resupply stuff knocked out. So thanks again, and we'll get to see you maybe in the future.
Yeah, please
in a couple
come back,
of years.
and then we'll do like a whole tour of like everything all put together.
Yeah.
I won't let him do it yet because I'm not there. I literally have like 12 beds just wrapped up in plastic right now. So
cool.
Once it's really set up, then you guys will have a better idea. There's no point in seeing it where there's nothing. Actually, I do have a channel where we're doing the progression. You can watch it like unfold that way.
Oh yeah, go ahead and throw the name is.
My YouTube channel is Kate Cloud.
Okay.
And I've got daily videos of hiking both the whole entire Appalachian and the whole entire Pacific Crest, and I need to do this for my Triple Crown. So I'm working on it. Once I get this up and running, I already have someone that's going to watch it for me, so I can go do my Triple Crown. But for now, it's on the table.
Cool. All right, well, we'll get going here, and thanks again.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
First stop out of town is going to be the city market for the resupply run. Next stop is going to be the McDonald's. Let's see if I can use their Wi-Fi, get another video or two uploaded, and have some second breakfast. I'll be chilling here for a little bit. We're done over at the McDonald's, got everything uploaded. I think we're done with all our chores here. Finally getting to head out of town. It's about 10:45. I have no idea how far we're getting. First water source is something like 12 miles north, I think, out of town from here. We'll just check back periodically and see how far we end up for the day. Finally getting out of town. Bye to Rawlings. 120 miles to Lander. There's our exit from the highway walking. Back on some dirt trails.
definitely a treeless, barren piece of land. It's hot, windy. I'm very heavy with 5 days of food and 2 liters of water. Whew. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun stretch. Coming up on a gravel yard. Turning big rocks into little rocks. There's some cows around here. A little bit of a wet patch of pond out there for them. I'm up to a string of power lines, and it's a little after 1 o'clock. I think it's time for a sit-down lunch break. There's no shade, but I can lean my back up against something at least. Done with a nice lunch break, back on trail. About 5 miles to water. That'll be the next break. I don't like the way some of these clouds are building. It's hard to tell what's hiding in there. Afternoon storms could be on the way. I've still been just keeping an eye on the weather. It's all been blowing like west to east and over that ways to the west, so nothing looks too bad that way for me that might blow over me. The stuff that was all right in front of me was to the north of me, and that's already kind of moved on to the east, so that's all blowing out of the way. So I'm looking okay still. Here's the first and last water source for the day, the fish pond spring. Flowing nicely. I got a max load up here. Next water is like 16 miles ahead. I ain't making it that far today, so we're dry camping. I may only end up doing like another 5 miles or so, but we'll kind of see. Definitely gonna be heavy hiking out of here though. Heading out of the area with the spring. I'm all loaded up. I'm about the heaviest I've ever been on this trail yet, I think. 5 days of food and 3 liters of water. Definitely above my max comfortable carry weight. But we gotta do it. 16 miles to the next water source, and I'm dry camping tonight. Well, the trail here now just keeps disappearing, so we're just bushwhacking it at this point. It kind of rejoins the highway in a few miles, which is over there. So I don't know where we're going. I'm just hiking this away, bushwhacking. Back on Highway 287 for a little bit. Into the woods. There's some kids back there that were running a little lemonade stand with some cookies and stuff, so I partook in some of their refreshments. That was a good little break. But there's a major storm moving in real quick right next to us. So I think we may have some excitement here in a little bit. Hopefully it blows by pretty quick. Looks like this storm is closing in right behind me. This one's gonna be close. It's dumping heavy rain. We may just continue to be right on the edge of it. We're going that way. That faint line through the desert that just goes straight. There's the trail. Well, I think we successfully outran that storm. Until the next one rolls by. Not a little baby chick that can't really fly yet. Just hopping around. Yeah, cute little thing. Well, I guess this is gonna be camp. Decent enough little flat space in the middle of the flat prairie. Just might get ugly if I get rolled over on a storm, but there's really nowhere else to set up unless I like hike on another 10 miles, but that's not gonna happen. That's looking out to the west. Anything that might be threatening me, Nothing's really been getting closer, so I don't know if that's going to develop into anything. And then that's the really nasty one back to the south that we dodged earlier. So I think that's gonna do it. I made a little bit more miles than what I had hoped for getting out of town, so that was all good. And I had an awesome stay with Feathers at the Grateful Goat Hostel. That place is awesome. Definitely stop through there if you happen to be in town. They should be all set up and running much more efficiently with all the rest of the interior stuff decorated in the coming months. So I can't wait to see what that place looks like once it's all ready to rock. So I think that's it. I'm gonna get settled and get dinner and get to video editing for the rest of the day, and then we'll continue on with another big push. So thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all in the morning.
Good morning. I slept very well last night, and then from about 2 o'clock till now-ish, it's been light sprinkles of rain overhead for every hour or so. It rains for about 10 minutes. And the mosquitoes are out pretty bad. Started coming out when I set up, and they're still kind of won't leave me alone, so I gotta keep moving. But today, I think it was something like 10 miles left to the first water source, so I got plenty of water still to get me that far, so that's not too bad.
I saw one pronghorn, but I couldn't get him on video. Ran off into the fields out that way somewhere. Was making that weird nasally coughing sound that they make. Well, we're almost done with this long flat section, and we'll be up in the hills in a little bit. I don't think that cow is doing too good. There's a lot of these little swampy mud pools just all full of mosquitoes. There's just tons of them out here. There's just a quick look behind. Flat and straight for the last 8 miles. The sun's trying to come out. It's been overcast all morning, which has kept the temperatures nice and low, but I think as the sun comes out, it's going to be warm this afternoon again, I guess. I can see 2 more pronghorn. One of them's just now on the trail and ahead of me. There's another one off the left there. I'm loving the scenery out here. And we're getting into some of the hilly ups and downs. I love this feeling of like walking out into the desert, and everyone else is probably like, dude, you are crazy. And I'm just like, yep, on to the adventure. Almost at the first water source for the day, which appropriately enough is called Bull Spring, right about where all these cows are at. A bunch of cowboys are out on motorcycles and hooting and hollering and herding them all together. Hopefully I'm not messing anything up by like hiking through all this. There's Bull Spring. I just got my fill from this little one right there, cold and clear. I was gonna take a break around here, but I'm just gonna hike on another mile or 2 and get out of all this cattle wrangling operation and get out of the way. From Bull Spring, it's 15 miles to the next water break stop, and the trail is just completely straight, a straight line all the way through the desert. I guess it's just gonna be overcast all day, which is fine, because it's keeping the temperatures like 30 degrees cooler than it usually would be. I was getting light sprinkles of rain for about the last hour or so, but not really enough to get me wet at all, so it wasn't really a bother. This is definitely a nice little surprise with a water cache. Brought to you by Little Baptist Church. There's water, I just took a peek in here, but I'm waiting on the reservoir in about 7.5 miles or so, but imagine my surprise, because there is literally nothing. We are in the middle of nowhere. There is nothing for like 50 miles in every direction. But that's awesome that there's a water cache in the middle of nowhere. Looks like the clouds are moving on finally. I think it's about 1:30. Well, it's been nice and cool most all the day. It's all drifting out behind us now. But I'm sure as the sun comes out, it'll start getting really hot for the rest of the afternoon. And there's some storms that have been building up in front of me that I've been keeping an eye on. So we still got about 2.5 miles or so to the coming up water source. Keeping an eye out on the weather. Definitely getting closer to it, but still far enough away where it's not a threat or anything. A couple more pronghorn out there. You can see some of them galloping maybe. It's hard to get a shot of them. I think there's 4 confirmed that I can see, at least. Made it to the A&M reservoir. Good water source. I gotta fill up here, max load. I'm dry camping tonight, only doing a few more miles. Next water source from here is a piped spring that's like 9 miles or so, and I'm not making it that far. I've been watching the storm. The bulk of it's off that way. I think it's going around me. There's lightning strikes every once in a while, and it's so distant I can't hear the thunder, so that's a good sign. But it's storming over there, safely out of the way. Made it to camp for the night. I'm at a junction with some other roads and gas pipelines. I've been nervously watching this other storm go right by. Been right on the edge of it, but never got rained on. I think we're in the clear for a bit. Well, I think that's gonna do it. We've been pushing these big mile days. I'm gonna get dinner going, get settled in, and go right to bed. And we'll do the whole thing over tomorrow. So thanks for watching. We'll see you all in the next one.